What's up, Hip Hop Nation? It's Nickyfresh. I'm back. Let me give a shout out to the Glenn Block, Jose, Tito, Jensen, the crew. Let me give a shout out to my homie KBZ. Y'all see why? You ready? Let's get 'em. Listen up and let me explain. I'm gonna be simple and plain. I'm back and ready to disintegrate the game. See, I'm a fatal sensation, still representing the hip-hop nation. But I'm worse than the beast incarnation. I'm not Brock Lesnar, but I'm far more dominant. Former convicted felon for counterfeit. Got caught in the same spot twice, was hit. Cops walked in, and I was like, shit, it's a game you shouldn't play. The police said the pen is where I stay. Then I told the judge to sentence me today. I think about it every day when I used to sell those sacks for the paper stack, cause I felt like my life was falling off the track. Now I consider them flashbacks. When I used to sell those sacks for the paper stack, cause I felt like my life was off the track. Now I consider them flashbacks. Flashbacks. When I used to sell those sacks for the paper stack, now I felt like my life was off the track. Now I consider them flashbacks. Flashbacks. Then one day, white boy showed up on the block. Met Jose, Jensen, Tito, put me back on the clock. We had the whole city on lock. We got so much memories, take forever to tell. Running young and wild, giving them hell. Rapping about sending you to the white light. Smoking and drinking cause it felt so right. Talking with a flag and a future so bright. Smoking the sacks, putting our lives back on the tracks. Now I consider them flashbacks. Flashbacks. Now I consider them flashbacks. Flashbacks. When I used to sell those sacks for the paper stacks, now I felt like my life was off the track. Now I consider them flashbacks. Flashbacks. I consider them flashbacks. When I used to sell those sacks for the paper stacks, cause I felt like my life was off the tracks. Now I consider them flashbacks. 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 Then I arrived to Nightmare Manor. Me and KBZ ripping it better than David Banner. We felt unstoppable, like touching us was just not possible. He got the kush, I got the brunette. Talking to Stephanie, and Nicky is a smart bet. Then we went to war with each other. He was like my brother, but when we stood tall, if drama came from another, then we go back to the block smoking a stack until we felt like we were back on track. Now I consider them flashbacks. When I used to sell those sacks for the paper stacks, cause I felt like my life was off the tracks. Now I consider them flashbacks. Flashbacks. I consider them flashbacks. When I used to sell those sacks for the paper stacks, cause I felt like my life was off the tracks. Now I consider them flashbacks. I consider them flashbacks. Shout out to the block. Shout out to my homie KBZ. I'm coming back. Holla at me. See you next time. Hip Hop Nation. Peace.